Alright, chat. I promised I would tell you guys. It's time. I'm gonna tell you guys the story about how I ended up dyeing my hair black. And I just mean dark. I don't mean dark brown. I mean pitch black. So, I was at GDQ. I was at SGDQ. It was one of my first ever GDQ events. It was like, I think my second ever GDQ. It was SGDQ. And, well, I ended up going there and a lot of people asked me if I could dye my hair. And I said, you know what? No. And people kept asking me if I could dye my hair. And then they said that they think it would look well. And then I basically said, you know what? Sure. If you go and buy the kit, I will dye my hair. Because I thought that a kit, like buying a kit to dye your hair was expensive. I thought it was like really expensive. So me saying that would basically end it right there and then, right? I thought that I wasn't gonna have to dye my hair because when I said, sure, if you buy it, then I'll do it. Now realizing that you can go to Target, which is a 2-minute walk, and buy it for like $5. So they come back a little bit later with a pack to dye my hair. And it is pitch black, just straight pitch black. So then I'm kind of like, well, crap. I guess I gotta dye my hair. So I, proceed to try and dye my hair. However, there is a few problems here. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. And there are a couple of things that comes in this package, right? And I don't know what any of it is. I just figure out that this tube with like this kind of black goo is the thing to dye the hair with, right? So I figured that one out pretty quickly. I start applying it and, I get the show started, right? But there's one thing that I didn't realize. And I have a picture of while I'm doing it. And here's a picture of while I was dyeing my hair. So here's a picture of while I was dyeing my hair. And if you look, do you see how there is some black on my skin? Do you see how there's a little bit of black on my skin? Well, one of the tubes that the dyeing hair package came with was for applying it to your skin because if you don't do that, if you don't apply this cream all the way around your hairline, the black goo they use to dye your hair with is also gonna dye your skin. So, after I got done, not only was my skin dyed completely, not only was my hair completely dyed black, but my skin also was. So, I had this thick line of just, of just black all the way here. So the entire part of the skin that followed the entire hairline here was just completely just black. So it was just my normal skin and then just a black line all the way over there. And it did not look good. So I said, crap, I gotta fix this. So I bought a sponge. And yeah, I didn't read the instructions. By the way, a little bit of a tip for anyone planning to dye their hair at home. Maybe read the instructions. I didn't think that far. Read the instructions. Anyways, so I buy a sponge. And I start rubbing. I just start rubbing and rubbing and rubbing. I'm rubbing this away. I'm just rubbing away my skin. Didn't make it any better. Because I had to rub it so hard to get the black away that now my skin is instead pitch red because I rubbed off the top layer of my skin. So instead, for the next 2 days now, I have black hair and I have red skin all the way along my hair. So now we went from black to pitch red. On top of that as well, apparently there's 3 tubes that this came with. And apparently one of the tubes was all supposed to be mixed with the black tube, which I didn't do, which apparently helps with dyeing the hair. So now everything that I touch just automatically turns black. So I rub my hands, I touch something, it's black. So now everything I'm touching is rubbing away. So at this point I say crap. So I go back to the shower, I shower like 3-4 times, doesn't help. It's too late at this point. The white pillows in the hotel, instantly black, okay? Anything I touch with my hair is just black for the next few days. I'm just constantly just dyeing everything I'm touching black, okay? It's not a good time. It's not a good time at all, okay? Here's the sad part, right? I can show you a picture of how it was, right? So, I only took 2 pictures. I only took 2 pictures of it because I hated it so much. Here's one of the pictures, right? So, yeah, like literally pitch black. When I tell you it's pitch black, I literally mean it's pitch black. Straight pitch black. Now, here's the sad part, because I hate it so much. I had a planned trip to Colorado to go up on the, I think it's called in English, the Cliffy Mountains. You know, like the dueling peaks, like the peaks area. I was gonna go up there, and I wanted some nice pictures. However, I didn't want to take pictures up on the peaks because I took a picture, looked at it, and I hated it because anytime I would look at the pictures now of me up in the Colorado mountains, I'd have the black hair. So every single picture I have on these mountains is like this. Every single one of them. I have my hoodie up because I kept using a hoodie for each one of the pictures. So for all of the pictures that I have on this mountain, they are all up with a hoodie. Because I didn't want to have to look back and see the black hair. Because also, the sky was so bright. And apparently, part of this tube that you were supposed to use to help not, dye everything, was also supposed to make the hair look less glossy. But because I didn't use it, the black hair is glossy. So any light is just, woo! Any light on it. It's just a shine. It's like a disco ball in my head, dude. If I get light on it, it's a goddamn disco ball. I literally blind people if they look at me, if there's sun on the top of my black hair. Every single picture I have of this beautiful trip that I had planned is just me with a hoodie up. I don't have a single picture with my actual hair. So yeah. And then I come back home from my trip. And this is still when I have a normie life, right? This is still when I have a normie life. And my high school friends asked me if I want to go to a party, a home party. And I was like, sure. And when I get to the home party, all the parents are there. Apparently, these parents are just completely cool with us throwing a massive party. So I was like, whatever. And first thing that happens when I get to the party is I walk up and I meet the parents of, basically, the parents of the kid that's throwing the party. And the parents go, oh, wow, you dyed your hair. And I was like, yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about it. And the parent just goes straight to my face. Yeah, it looks like shit. Your old hair was so much better. You really can't rock the black, dude. And I was just like, damn. So I go back home and I grab the trimmer and I trim my entire head. I just go straight off and I just trim it all off. I just immediately all the hair just gone. I just trim the entire thing off straight away. I'm like, I've had enough. I've had enough of this. Just trim it all off. But now we get to another problem. Now I hate it even more. Because I prefer the black hair over this. This was even worse. Here's a little bit of a thing that occurred after this. If you have ever checked, if any of you guys have ever decided to go back to check some old videos from like a 7, you're gonna notice something. Right as I got back home from this SGDQ was when item sliding was found in Wind Waker HD. Item sliding had just been found as during this SGDQ, and as I got back home, I immediately started testing item sliding. So when I first picked up Wind Waker HD, it was right after I had basically shaved my head. So for all of my old streams, if you've ever watched any of the old streams I have when I first started to compete in Wind Waker HD, or I started to compete for a record, you're going to be noticing something, and that's this. Every single one of these streams are done in complete pitch black darkness. I had every single light in my room turned off, and I would get such eye strain from my monitors, I would have to take pills every single day because I'd have such a headache. So for every single one, I would just sit in a complete pitch black room. But you can see, if you look at like a screen here, do you see how I still have it? You can see the hairline here. You see like if there's a brighter screen, like you can still see what's going on. But I was really trying badly to hide it. So yeah, for every single stream for the next month or two, every single run would just be done in a completely dark room. So all my old VODs are just completely pitch black.